Over 70% of Earth is covered by water, filled with mysterious and often dangerous creatures. Despite the risks of deep, dark, and unpredictable waters, diving attracts millions of enthusiasts yearly. While most experience the beauty beneath the waves, diving carries risks, with about 200 divers dying each year. 10. Chuuk Lagoon in the Federated States of Micronesia is a diver's paradise with its clear waters, abundant marine life, and a unique underwater museum of World War II shipwrecks. But it's not without its dangers. The lagoon is also a vast minefield of unexploded ordnance, including bombs, grenades, and torpedoes, remnants of its time as a major Japanese naval base during the war. In 1944, a US Navy attack turned it into the world's largest ship graveyard. The risk is heightened by the unknown. Many ships and their explosive cargoes, along with aircraft and tanks, remain unaccounted for, making diving here as thrilling as it is perilous. 9. The Sitara River in Indonesia, known as the world's most polluted river, faces severe environmental challenges. Over 2,000 factories release waste into it, adding up to an estimated 20,000 tons every day. This pollution transforms parts of the river into landscapes filled with plastic, styrofoam, and other trash, making it hard to recognize as water. The clearer sections are no less dangerous, contaminated with mercury, lead, arsenic, and other harmful substances. Diving here would be hazardous, a stark reminder of the urgent need for environmental cleanup and protection efforts. 8. The Bolton Strid, part of the River Wharfe in Yorkshire, England, is a deceptively dangerous stretch of water. While the river appears peaceful, the stride narrows from 30 feet wide to just 6 feet, drastically increasing the water's speed and pressure. This creates deadly whirlpools and deep, fast-flowing currents that have claimed many lives, earning it the reputation as one of the deadliest bodies of water in the world, with a 100% mortality rate for those who fall in. The stride's treacherous conditions make it a beautiful yet perilous spot, concealing its lethal nature beneath a serene surface. 7. Lake Karachaev in Russia, once the most radioactive place on Earth, can no longer be visited or dived into because it has been filled with concrete. For decades, this lake was a dumping site for nuclear waste by the Soviet Union, making its waters lethally radioactive. The Kishtim disaster further worsened the situation, making its radiation levels almost as high as Chernobyl's. At its peak in the 1990s, staying near Lake Karachaev for just an hour could be fatal. Even though it's now filled in, the site remains highly radioactive and is completely off-limits, a stark reminder of the dangers of nuclear waste. 6. The Eagle's Nest in Florida is an underwater cave system known for its danger, making it onto many deadliest diving sites lists. From above, it appears as a simple pond, but beneath the surface, it plunges over 300 feet into darkness. This depth poses a high risk of fatal depth intoxication for divers, not to mention the complex, narrow passageways they must navigate. Despite its beauty and the challenge it offers, at least 10 professional divers have lost their lives exploring the Eagle's Nest, underlining its reputation as one of the world's most perilous diving locations. 5. Acid mine drainage creates some of the world's most acidic waters, turning them more corrosive than battery acid. This phenomenon, often caused by coal mining, releases acidic metals and sulfides into rivers and lakes, sometimes resulting in strangely beautiful but deadly colorful waters. One notable example is a mine in Iron Mountain, California, where water with a pH of -0.7, surprisingly below the pH scale's 0 mark, was discovered. This extreme acidity makes diving or even touching these waters incredibly hazardous, underscoring the devastating environmental impact of acid mine drainage. 4. Lake Nyos in Cameroon became infamous after the Lake Nyos disaster in 1986, which killed over 1,700 people. The disaster was caused by a limnic eruption, a rare and deadly phenomenon where CO2, leaking from underground magma, builds up in lake water. This accumulated gas can suddenly burst out, releasing a toxic cloud. In Lake Nyos's case, a massive amount of CO2 erupted, suffocating people and animals in nearby villages. The disaster highlights the dangers of natural CO2 accumulations in lake waters. 3. Boiling Lake in Dominica is exactly what it sounds like, a lake that boils. Nestled in the Caribbean islands' mountains, this lake is a flooded fumarole where gases escape from the Earth's crust and heat the water. Back in 1875, scientists measured the lake's edge at temperatures between 180 to 197 degrees Fahrenheit. They couldn't measure the center where the water boils vigorously, as it was too hot for their instruments and too dangerous. This unique and scalding lake is a natural wonder, but it's also a reminder of the Earth's powerful and potentially hazardous natural processes. 2. Iceberg B15. Once the largest iceberg recorded at over 3,200 square miles, posed a chilling adventure for 3 National Geographic filmmakers who dared to dive into its icy caves. The divers faced extreme danger, with the cold so intense it impaired their ability to think and move their hands. They described hearing eerie sounds from the shifting ice, emphasizing the iceberg's constant, unpredictable movement. One diver, Jill Heinerth, remarked on the perilous nature of their expedition, saying, "The cave tried to keep us today," highlighting the risks of exploring such a formidable, frozen landscape. 1. The Blue Hole in the Red Sea, known as the world's most dangerous dive site, or the Diver's Cemetery, is a marine sinkhole off the coast of Dahab, Egypt. It's infamous among scuba divers worldwide. Blue holes are deep, dark marine sinkholes, and while many exist, the Blue Hole in Dahab is particularly notorious, with an estimated 200 divers having lost their lives exploring its depths. The main challenge comes from trying to swim through its narrow, rocky arches at great depths, a task compared to climbing Kilimanjaro for hikers. Despite the clear dangers, divers continue to be drawn to its depths, leading to continued fatalities. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more amazing content.